Boom! What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. That is right. It is, guys, it is the first day of your week to get things on course. And so often I meet people who are just like, I hate Mondays because they wasted their weekend and then suddenly they feel overwhelmed. Guys, I do a little bit of work all the time. Doesn't mean that I don't take time off. It doesn't mean that I don't take time to relax. Man, I had an amazing Sunday yesterday. First half of the day, me and the long-haired Admiral just had a lazy day. Man, coffee. We looked at our finances and we did some of the things that blend into my Pentagon and peak productivity. So even though we were relaxing, I had personal time. We looked at some of our finances, our investments, so we had profit. So, and I still got a workout in, so I got physical. Guys, it is what it is about. It is about the things you do to set yourself up for success so that by the time Monday rolls around, you were like, yeah, it's another week that I'm going to slay. And that's where I'm at today, guys. I am rolling hard into this year, guys. It is January 30th. We are rolling. We're already 1 month down. That blows my mind. I cannot believe. To me, it seems like yesterday was Christmas. And as many of you know, it has been a hard holiday season for me, losing my best friend. But I am committed to live the best version of myself this year. I'm just going to honor Bobby, and I am just going to drive forward and do everything in my power to continue to raise the bar in everything that I do. And in doing so, there are a lot of things I started to look at. Guys, rolling in the end of the year, I was starting to just, a little bit too much of this. What was maybe only once a week was turning into several times a week, which was turning into almost every day there at the end when at the end of the year, obviously after Bobby passed, and hanging out with teammates and honoring him. But guys, rolling into the new year, I started to look at what are the things that are helping me to move the needle in my life. And this is something I talk about in my book, Overcome. I call these things margins of peak performance. What are the things that you have in your life that make you either better, that move the needle in a positive direction, or there are margins of peak performance that move you in a negative direction? And guys, for me, alcohol was one of those things that was moving me in a negative direction. I recently watched Andrew Huberman's podcast on the impact of alcohol on your body. If you've never watched that, I highly encourage you. Check out Dr. Andrew Huberman. Amazing podcast, 3 hours, pretty long, but I will admit I enjoy science, I enjoy facts, and the fact is this: alcohol really has no positive impact on your body. And I know there's some of you out there that could be like, wait, what about the docs that talk about like a glass of wine is good for the heart? Yeah, the problem is and he'll talk about that in there. The negative or the positive gains you get to your heart are far outweighed by all the other negative things that impact the rest of your body. Alcohol impacts your body on a cellular level. That means every single cell in your body is impacted by alcohol. And guys, I know it. My Whoop, every single time I have a drink, and it can only be one drink that day, my sleep is impacted, and 95% of the time, I have a poor recovery. And those who are in the Whoop community know that all of us are looking to get a yellow or a green recovery in order to maximize our fitness. So it was just impacting my thoughts. It was impacting my ability to get good workouts in. It was definitely impacting my sleep. So guys, as a margin of peak performance, I finally said, you know what? I'm cutting it out, guys. And I've done this before. But I don't know, we'll see. I think this could be a long-term thing. I've got some big fitness goals this year that I want to hit. I'm going to be coming out and doing the New York Swim. I am trying to get down to 12% body fat so that I can be shredded like a head of lettuce. But more so just because I am out there trying to make a difference, I feel like I should be optimized in all areas of my life. Physically, personally, professionally, my profit level, and then the protection. These were things I call the Pentagon of peak productivity, and they're the things that I try and do every day to move the needle in my life. So my question for you when we are talking about margins of peak performance on this Monday is, what are you doing? The things in your life that are moving the needle either positively in the right direction, and some of you may say, Jay, I work out every day, and that moves the needle in a positive direction. You are absolutely right. It does. unless you are overtraining. And that's a whole nother subject. We'll stay out of that for now. But 90% of the time, if you're working out every day and you're taking care of yourself, you're getting good sleep, you're eating healthy, there is a massive, massive positive impact, a margin of peak performance on the positive side. Maybe for some of you, you're like, well, Jay, you know what, man? I need to have a drink. I need a drink because, I just need it. It helps me relax. Well, you've got to look at you. Everybody is different. I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't drink. I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't smoke weed. I'm not going to tell you some of these other things that a lot of people do to try and relax. You are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul. You're the captain of your ship. You're driving yourself where you want to go. But when it comes to goal setting, you have to look and be honest with yourself, because good leaders are honest with themselves. And we can lie to ourselves and say, well, I need this alcohol. It makes me better. Or I need this weed. Or I need, whatever it is. I need to watch Netflix for 3 hours a night in order to decompress. Whatever the thing is that you have to ask yourself, does it truly move the needle in a positive direction, or does it move the needle in a negative direction? Because if it moves the needle in a negative direction, that is a negative margin of peak performance. And for me, I don't want those things, guys. I got one life, one shot, man. I'm living on a second shot, so now I'm on the second go around. And for me, I want to optimize myself in everything that I can do. Everything that I can do, I want to put in or take out the things. I want to take out the things that are going to detract from peak performance, and I want to amplify the things that are going to support peak performance. So this Monday, those are the things I challenge you to do. I challenge you to ask yourself, we all get caught up in this crazy life we live. We're inundated with social media. We're inundated with information. We're inundated with things to do. Oftentimes people confuse busyness with productivity. Take a step back this week. This is your challenge. Take a step back and look at all the things you're doing that you put time and effort into. Maybe it's having dinner with your family. Well, I'll tell you what right now, that is a margin of peak performance, moving the needle in the right direction, because you are building relationships. It is a good decompression to be with our family. It is good to build, to do those things. Maybe it's, every day when I get off work, I go to the bar and I hang out with my buddy for an hour before I go home for work. I don't know. Only you can answer that question. Maybe you need that time to decompress. But that's an hour of time that, in my opinion, you could be doing things that are moving the needle in other areas of your life. Whether it's fitness, whether it's maybe, a little more work professionally, whether it's maybe a personal relationship, whatever it is, time is a great equalizer. We all only have 24 hours in every day. So when we're putting these things in place, or when we're doing different things, whether it's drinking alcohol, smoking weed, going to the bar, I don't know, whatever it is that you do, I am not here to judge. Only you, once again, can decide what's good for you or what's bad for you, what's contributing to your goals or detracting from your goals. But at the end of the day, leaders and peak performers are honest with themselves, and they recognize what makes them better or worse. For me, I decided alcohol was not making me any better in any way whatsoever. So it's gone. It's out of here. And I'm going to continue to crush it, and I will look for other things as necessary to remove so that I can have just a crushing year, man. We had a record year last year. I want to try and double it this year. Double it! And I challenge you to do the same. So guys, look in that mirror at yourself. Ask yourself, what are the things I'm doing? Are they moving the needle in a positive direction for me? Or are they pulling me away from my goals, and they're a negative margin of peak performance? Margins of peak performance, that is our topic for today. Critical topic. Peak performers look at the things that they can do to optimize so they can be elite at everything they do. All right, guys, I'm out. Get out there and crush it. Amplify those positive traits. Get rid of those negative traits. And watch your margins of peak performance move you closer towards your goals. All right, guys, I'm out.